And we are live, pal. Wouldn't be a YouTube live stream. Fucking hell. Without testing crossing the roads, which is the biggest challenge here. Take your life in your hands every time. Let's see if we can get a gap. Let's try. Is he gonna let me go? He's gonna let me go. He's not. Let's check out the beach. Fucking hell. That's a lot of people. Already getting dirty looks. There's another fucking YouTuber. There we go. Just testing here to see if, one, you could hear my voice. Two, I've got a gimbal coming and some other equipment, so it's going to be very rudimentary today. Hello there in the chat. Lovely day. I'm gonna try walking down here along the beach. If it gets too busy, I'll go onto the beach itself. But it gets crazy about this time of day because you get a lot of the local Vietnamese coming out when it gets a bit cooler. It's a bit more in the shade. And all the Western tourists are in hiding, although there's still a fucking lot of them around. How the fuck are 19 people watching? What's that about? 30? What the fuck? I feel like I've done something wrong. Lovely paragliding over there. Yeah, I apologise if the stream is a bit shaky. Basically using an old Rode phone holder and my phone, starting basic. It's the world famous Maya Beach Club. Pretty sure you can get a pint in there for about £1.50. Not bad for right on the fucking beach. Yeah, like I said, it is not usually this busy. It is just pretty much this hour. It's about 5:30 right now. And between like 5 o'clock and sunset, the beach is fucking packed. And it's been about 40 degrees centigrade out here all week. So yeah, it's only the brave ones who are out in the daytime. Myself included. I like getting a bit of pink on my skin. Can't control it. There's a lot of these lovely little beach hut type places. You get a nice fresh coconut for about £1, something like that. Coffee is usually a little bit more expensive on the beach. Nice iced salted coffee. About £1.50, something like that. As yes, it continues to be crazy on the streets. Yeah, what you can see in the background past all the lovely palm trees. It's not really the city side of the Nang, no, but it's that view you see all the Instagrammers and YouTubers post where it's the Miami of Vietnam, all that stuff. Speaking of which, yeah, I'm trying streaming on a few different platforms right now. I'm not 100% what's working and what's not, but I'm getting some of the chats. Gotta say, when I was first considering coming to Da Nang myself, I don't know what it was, but this little San Miguel hut, I don't know, with the Vietnamese flags everywhere, was the thing that kind of made me wish, yes, I want to be here. I want to be one of those knobhead YouTubers talking into a phone in the public. Paradise Beach Bar here. Another good one. We've got a good happy hour here. Yeah, draft beer from 50,000. That's about £1.40, something like that. Fruit juice coffee the same. Just got told off by an old Vietnamese man. That is my life here in Da Nang. I was just trying to get a shot of the Hello there. Hello, NanH7880. How am I coming through sound-wise? Let me know. It is volleyball o'clock. At some point I'll get brave enough to go and play, but I don't know how it works. Is it organised? Just show up. I think this might be that copyright music stuff that YouTubers complain about. Luckily I'm not monetized. Apologies if that's very loud. We'll move quickly. No, I do agree, if you can hear me. It is a fucking loud place. But a lot more chilled than Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh, which I'll be heading to in a few months. Yes, I am probably going to turn into one of those people. Retire in Vietnam for less than $500 a month. It is possible. If you can't do that, it's a skill issue, I'm afraid. Yes, Dave, just a test stream. Nothing too serious. More for me to watch back later and see how things can be improved. Bit of a scrap there. Surprised how quickly I've got used to the weird looks. People think, what the fuck's he doing?
You're like, I want paradise.
Used to being hidden in my bedroom podcasting. As you can probably hear in the background, that's the bum bao guy. Morning, noon and night, literally. I think I was here about 3 months before I realised it was an audio recording and not just a guy shouting it in the street. There he is. But yeah, when you hear people talk about it, it sounds like there's literally one bum bao guy in Da Nang. There are hundreds. Well, dozens. No, I'm not brave enough to get on a bike. Maybe at some point. My mum would kill me. Yeah, well, if you weren't on before, I was saying you don't usually see Da Nang Beach this busy. Fucking, just a sea of people. No, it's very abnormal. Pretty much just this time of day. If I get my shit together, I'll try and get up early one day and come out. No idea what Sunfest is. No, I've never been to Banner Hills. Feels like a tourist trap. But I am a tourist after all. Maybe at some point. A great spot up there to sit and have a coffee. You ever see me on my Instagram? Pretty much. I'll often be sat up there, looking down on the beach. And again, there is the buildings that'll be famous from Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Hello. I had a kid the other day stop me. She was about 8 years old with her mum and just stopped me in the street and asked me if she could practice her English. So she was speaking to me for probably about 15 minutes, just rinsing every little bit of English that she knew, including asking me if I liked basketball, I think it was, telling me her name, her age, where I was from. She told me she liked England. I told her I didn't. Don't think she got that. But she was cute, so it was funny. Mum wasn't asked. But yeah, her English was comfortably a million miles better than my Vietnamese. I'm slacking on the old Duolingo. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this YouTube account. Probably not going to be a money-making venture, but you know, a few fun live streams, get my steps in. Maybe the odd video. I made a couple of videos last year, but they were shit, so never posted them. Maybe I could re-edit them, post them again. If you are new to watching, oh, this is the Venice beach, I feel like, of Da Nang. A pull-up bar here for public use. It's usually busy, to be fair. But yeah, if you're on the channel for the first time, or you're a grapple person, I haven't hidden them yet, but this is obviously my personal account that has a shitload of, well, I say a shitload, pretty much every minute of my wrestling career in video form. All 6 videos worth of me getting beaten up. I haven't unlisted them yet, because a couple of them have actually done decent views, which worries me. But I will take them down at some point. There were a couple of music videos on there as well, which I don't even know why I uploaded like 18 years ago, but again, good numbers, so take advantage. Maybe some of those people who've watched those videos are interested in what is going on at sunset in Da Nang. Yeah, I'm probably gonna walk to this end of the beach, swing back, go to one of my favourite coffee places. For the third one of the day, it's a problem. Yeah, it depends where you go. Like, you can, I mean, I feel like I was in Da Nang last year, and I do feel like prices have gone up just a little bit. But I think they were always gone in. And I think, like a lot of the places I was going last year, where you get like a coffee and a smoothie bowl for like 40k for the coffee and 60k for the smoothie bowl, which is like, you know, £1.20 and £1.50, something like that. Or £1 and £1.50. And it was just like all these hipster douchebags, myself included, inside this lovely place, would probably pay an extra 50p, even an extra 20p. And it does feel like this year being back, a lot of those types of places, yes, they've maybe cottoned onto that a little bit, but not crazy. 5k here, 10k here, which is like 30 pence. It's nothing really. And you can still find, again, it's a skill issue, like I said before. If you know the place and you know the local spots and you know where you can go for a cheaper, usually Vietnamese coffee, but you can get a good, there's a place I like, Sun Coffee. I got that from Social Sammy, which is the man here in Da Nang. If you're watching this, rank amateur, make a YouTube video, and you can get an Americano there of very good quality, hot or iced, for about 55p, something like that, so about 20k. And that hasn't changed since I was here last year. Hopefully never will. They'll also sell you cigarettes as well, which is dangerous. I wouldn't know, of course, but 60p, something like that, for a pack of 20, which is crazy when you think about it, especially what we're paying in the West, in the UK specifically. I feel like it's like £20 for 20 cigarettes. So that's a top tip. If you're smoking a pack a day, just come to Vietnam. I feel like within a month you'll have made your money back if you're only paying 60 pence for what you used to spend 20 on. That's banal maths, but it makes sense, I think. If there is any strangers in the chat, let me know. Who do you usually watch? How did you stumble across this video? Da Nang is such a small place that like you can't help but run into everybody. So before I came here, pretty much 24 hours a day was watching Social Sammy, Will Travels, bit of Evan A, and definitely Will and Sammy bumped into within like the first 24 hours of getting here. I know them a little bit now. Army Guy Travels as well, who's based here now. Hopefully meeting him for a pint tonight or tomorrow. Great spot if you want a cocktail, spring roll, a sandwich cheese, a beefsteak egg. All sounds good. And they got Wi-Fi. It might be later on, but it is still fucking hot here in Da Nang. I'm scared to leave the app on my phone, so I can't even tell you the temperature, but I'm guessing it's still near 30. But yeah, we are getting more into the shadow as the sun goes down. This little guy. Just hang it up. Oh, hello there in the chat. QVYGH8BP. Whose pen is that? Yeah, I think I'm seeing YouTube comments, but nothing else. I'll play with that next time.
Là trách nhiệm của các cơ quan chức năng, của những người công nhân vệ sinh bãi biển, mà rất cần sự chung tay góp sức của cộng đồng dân cư cũng như quý du khách. Vì vậy, ban quản lý đề nghị quý khách nghiêm túc thực hiện.
Yeah, honking is a national pastime here. That's one thing you get used to. Like, I think, coming from pretty much anywhere in the world, someone beeps at you when you're crossing the road, you assume you're in trouble or they're mad or there's some road rage going on. It really is only ever. So they're just letting you know they're there. You might be moving past quick, they might want you to get the fuck out the way, but it literally is just that, hey, I'm coming. And you see people do it at intersections on bikes and cars and some artworks. They just fly through. As long as they're beeping, everyone knows they're there. Like this guy. Or girl. Don't worry, she wasn't shouting at me. But yeah, as you may have seen at the start of the video, even though Da Nang is a lot more chilled than Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, it can still be crazy on this main road trying to cross over. But you just gotta go. And usually you'll survive. Usually. They'll move around you. Oh, they hated me. I do like this further end of the beach. There's a great banh stand, and I'm going to see if they're open. There's usually all these like team building exercises that seem to be going on the beach for Vietnamese workers. They were playing like beach volleyball with like the world's biggest ball, that type of thing. Seems to work. We'll get a better shot. Somebody taking their life in their own hands here. And yeah, you can see in the background there the mountains. And there's Jesus. And you will often see this. Bit of aerobics on the beach. Join in if you like. Great times. There is the Miami skyline. Can't go.
Ở đâu cái đĩa? Có cái hợp tí.
Just there? Okay then. I feel like they could just join gangs, no? Different workout maybe? Great Instagram spot. That's where we just came from. And there's the guys. I'll leave it alone. Yeah, this seems to be like the, obviously where I came from, where I pretty much stay, in An Thuong. That is the main, I would say, Western tourist expat area, whatever you want to call it. Let's call it immigrant area. And then over here, there's definitely more where you see more Koreans, more Vietnamese on their little holidays. Probably not going to get one, but I mentioned it before, so I'm going to show it. I came here on like my second day in Da Nang, so maybe it's nostalgia. But yeah, this banh mi spot. It is 10k for a banh mi, and I believe it is still the case now. And that, in English pence, is about 25p. But let's call it a 6-inch Subway. And if you want a foot long, you can get 2. With some meat inside. And yeah, bang for your buck. There you go, it does say 10k still. It's crazy. Nice England top there. But yeah. Usually, you find a good more local spot. You can get one in most places for 20k or less, maybe 25k. If you go to the really touristy bits, you might pay 50. It felt like it was 50 as standard when I was in Hanoi, but again, might have been going to the wrong spots. So yeah, that's like 5 times what one cost it. Which is incredible. I will do my best not to shoot the toilet. Yes, I agree. Everyone should come. Everyone. Trying to start a podcast army out here. Quit your job, start a podcast, move to Da Nang. Feel like nothing can possibly go wrong. Almost. This place is new. And very nice. I don't know what it is. Hotel? Coffee shop? Restaurant? Restaurant it looks like. Yes, seafood place. There's a lot of those types of places here along the beach. Not a seafood guy really. Probably need to become one if I'm going to be staying here any longer. There you are. Ready for your dinner? It's a very nice place. Indian beach and restaurant bar. Naze. Trying out different, I think it's since I got back from Malaysia, I've done nothing but pretty much eat Indian food, which controversial, I didn't actually love Malaysia. I think I just didn't go to great places, but which is crazy considering its reputation. But yeah, put me in the mood. Esco Beach Bar here, probably too VIP for me. Such as Da Nang, we're always building. My favourite coffee shop, FIFO Coffee. Again, another one right on the beach. Definitely the best. Great coffee. It was like an amazing spot. They had like a big balcony where like the winds from the sea were blowing your face. Picturesque. And then one day, it was just closed. And I went back the next day and they happened to be open again, but they were closing for good the day after. And the guy who was working there was like, yeah, what we're doing is we're knocking down this entire building, so we're closing down. I was like, all right, what's it gonna turn into? He was like, yeah, we're gonna knock it down and then we're gonna build another coffee shop where it stood, which is kind of just what happens here. There's a bar opposite where I live called Corner Music Bar. If anyone's been to Da Nang, they might know it. And just one day, they just started just knocking down the walls, knocked the entire thing down. And then, like, I would say 6 days later, something like that, it had already been built back up, and it was another bar. Again, get you a country that can do that. Let's go. No, I haven't seen Cody Hall yet. I don't think that's him. Pretty sure it's not. Another great photo spot here, I think. I've used this one on my Instagram page more than once. Poor fellas. Should we mount a rescue? Probably not. Golden hour feasts. Now this place coming up is pretty fucking awesome. East West Brewing. They do great beer, but it's also pretty much a beach bar, as I almost got run over there. Big outdoor patio. More expensive than you'd usually pay here, but still cheaper than at home. But yeah, great spot to sit and watch the whale go by. Actually not that bad. 69k glass. Rough conversion, it's about £2 English pounds, $3 American for a craft beer. Can't argue. Look at that shot. Yeah, I'll probably keep going to the hour, I think. With the streamer? I say that like I'm one of them. Yep, bit of something for the boys and the girls.
kem sầu riêng, kem sô cô la, kem dâu, kem khoai môn, kem đậu xanh, kem sữa.
So this spot is interesting if anybody follows me on Instagram or listens to the podcast. When I came to the wrestling show that was in the storm, literally right here on the edge of the beach. Can you get a ring in it? Yes, you can. Looks like they're setting up for a wrestling show now. But yeah, they just popped the ring up here. And then the biggest storm I think I've seen the entire time I've been in Da Nang decided to start. And the show must go on. Wrestlers just carried on wrestling in the rain. Made for a great video. Vietnam Pro Wrestling. I'm hoping they're back this year. They were. It was like July time last year, and it was during like a big Japan festival they had here on the beach. And I think that's happening again this year, but I've not seen anything about Vietnam Pro Wrestling running a show. They usually run in Ho Chi Minh, which is where I'll probably be in August, so hopefully I'll catch one then. Performers only. Think that's accurate? Feels right. Paris and Tokyo, roughly the same direction? Probably. Again, people still out as it gets darker. And my phone gets shitter. Loop back. Find the full market, get a water. There is unfortunately, I was going to say no 7-Eleven in Vietnam. There's like 2 in Hanoi, and I assume there's like a handful in Ho Chi Minh as well. And really, they just rebranded Circle K's, which is the other big convenience store in Asia, or at least one of the many. So yeah, here in Da Nang, don't even have that. Well, full market will usually do, yeah. Do miss the toasties, though. Yes, I am one of those insufferable people. Appreciate anybody sticking with the stream to this point. It's probably not one for a long watch with it being a bit wobbly and new, but things will improve. Bun bar guy number 2. It's literally just bao buns to sell them. I was very confused the first few months I was here. What this guy was shouting about. Tends to be like Vietnamese workers working in shops and stuff who'll run out and grab one as he rides past. The Vietnamese equivalent of the ice cream man. But it's bao buns? I mean, that sounds better to me.
Kem cay, kem cứng, kem hộp, đặc biệt không nên đây. Kem sầu riêng,
plus an ice cream man.
kem dâu.
Get you a country that can do both.
Kem đậu xanh, kem sữa.
But yeah, he will literally ride down my street. I live on like the main bar street, so you know, my own fault. I like it though. It's loud at night, but I don't go to bed till late, so it suits me. Keeps me awake for podcasts and that type of thing, and also stops me annoying the neighbours with my loud voice. But yeah, you'll get the bun bar guy honestly coming past at like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, 5 a.m, right through. Busloads of tourists coming in. It is a strange thing. Seems to be like big Chinese tour groups who get flown in from China, go on a Chinese bus, get driven to specific restaurants there, and then get paid for through the Chinese company, and then they go home. It's one way to see a place. Diamond Sea Hotel over there, I believe, is good. My good friend Davey Portman stayed there. He was raving about it. You can't get a hotel here first. You can still do it. £10 a night, something like that. It's not fully turned into Bangkok yet. But yeah, roughly £10 a night is doable. That's pretty much what I pay for my apartment. I booked it originally on Airbnb and then just stayed and never left pretty much. Did that last year, did it again this year. I'll let the music play. Yeah, usually my rent's like £250, something like that a month. And then usually add about £50 for water, electricity, and the minibar, if I'm honest. That is a me problem. But yeah, full apartment, great balcony. Can't argue really for that money. I think if I do come back, I'm sure I'm going to come back next year. Still here for another at least 2 months, maybe 3. And then we'll see at the end of the year. I've got to head home for a little bit. But yeah, once I'm back next year, I'll try not to be lazy and actually go apartment hunting. So I could probably get a even better deal than that, if you can believe it. Although those deals are a little bit harder to come by these days with the influx of knobhead YouTubers like me. It's getting a little darker now. Yeah, if you're just joining us now, rewind back. It was sunny 20 minutes ago. But it's still nice now. But yeah, these types of videos of people pretty much just walking up and down the beach area are what sold me on, don't I? And then I got here. And I probably go to the beach, well, twice a month, something like that. If that. It's just messy, man. It's a good time. But then you gotta go home, you gotta shower, you gotta get rid of the sand. And then you got sand in your bed if you don't do a good job of it. Although, to be fair, that is one part of living here when it's, 30 degrees is mostly lovely, even at this time of night. Especially if there's a bit of a breeze, which you get from the beach. But fuck me, do you sweat with the humidity? There's a reason I always wear black. As it would not look good in any other colour. So yeah, I end up getting like at least 2 showers a day. So it's the cleanest I've ever been in my life. I'll take that. That's a win. That plus the bum gun, but more about that later. But yeah, thank you to the people who've just dived in. This is more of a test stream just to see how the internet holds up and my phone holds up, if it overheats or not. Seems good so far. And yeah, I've got a gimbal coming, got a few other bits and pieces coming. It's a professional, this operation, up a little bit. Let's see how that goes. No, you are right, like literally like 50% of people pretty much smoking at all times. What are you going to do when it's so cheap, you know? You save more money by smoking. We'll go back up the beach, but the other way I'll probably pop into the more, it's not the city side again, but the more built up side. On my way back to my favourite coffee spot. Got a gang now. I feel like that woman was on her own like 20 minutes ago. Now she's got a whole flash mob. Anyone could join in. No, I would say like the difference for me between like in Thailand versus here is I think like Thailand is a lovely, friendly place. The people are friendly, especially, and that's the key point, is kind of especially in like the tourist areas where, you know, customer service and stuff is important. So you get a lot of smiles, a lot of bows, that type of thing. Yeah, people are used to seeing tourists. And then if you go like, I suppose speaking specifically Bangkok, if you go further out, like I stayed in Punawiti, which isn't far out, still a lot of Westerners, but you do see a little bit more of a local life. And people are less outwardly friendly. But once they know you and they speak to you, you know, there's never an issue or anything like that. Whereas in Vietnam, it's kind of a Western-faced thing. So people, you might think people are frosty, but they're absolutely not. Like, often I'll be walking past like what looks like the meanest security guards sat outside somewhere, and if you chuck them a wave or a smile or anything like that, all of a sudden you get the biggest smile you've ever seen in your life. And again, this is a very touristy area, Da Nang. So if you walk around, you know, it is generally friendly. But if you go to like the city side of Da Nang, which is parts of it a lot more local, like they're almost surprised to see like a Westerner in those areas, and then they're even more friendly. Like people will just say hello in the street, or like I said before, kids will run up and want to practice their English or just say hello. It'll happen like 6 or 7 times walking down the street. So yeah, it's super nice. But yeah, you can't really go far wrong. Both are very, very friendly places. Cambodia I haven't been to yet, but I would like to try. That might be another one for later this year. It's one of those things, I think Cambodia is a much less built up place. and maybe a generally poorer place, but from everything I watch and kind of research on, it's also somehow slightly more expensive than Vietnam. And obviously they use the US dollar there as well, which I'm sure, I don't know anything, but I'm sure that's part of it. But still, like, it sounds like it'd be in the region of what, like, you know, maybe not Bangkok, maybe Chiang Mai, that kind of expense. So I definitely want to try the challenge. Maybe Siem Reap. But yeah, if I need to do a visa run when I'm in Ho Chi Minh, then I might just take the opportunity to get a bus to Phnom Penh or Siem Reap. Feels like a rite of passage. Night bus. I do want to cut over at some point as it is getting a little darker. We'll find a way. Nice, like the juxtaposition, if you can see it, of Islands Coffee, which is a Vietnamese brand, and a nice Starbucks. Although I did see the nicest Starbucks I've ever seen in my entire life in Hoi An, where like most of the buildings there are kind of listed. Well, you can't change them for whatever reason to keep their historical part of the place intact, despite all the grey-haired Western tourists. But yeah, the Starbucks there is like an old wooden hut, and even like the logo is like kept in colours with the building. Still overpriced book compared to everything else you can get out here, but you know. Could be a handing. Don't think it is. Yeah, we'll cut up this next right, I think. If you are still there in the comments, let me know who you are, what you're up to. Or just say hello. Seems to be quite a few on kick. I do often wonder what this place is. I mean, it kind of says it, but like, why is it like, it looks like an old fucking haunted house ride or something, but it also says massage, VIP, and S and spa. It's also a bar, it's also a club, it's also a restaurant. Feels like a trap. Yep, it's definitely getting dark. Glory hunter. But no, it is still nice out here when it gets darker. The bars stay open. It's usually still pretty busy until like 10, 11 p.m. Not to lower the tone, but you do see some creepy crawlies at that time. All parts of the fun. You also got like the first time when I first got to Da Nang, like that first day, like, I'm pretty sure it was dark by the time I got out, and I was not sure what I'd walked into. Like, it's not really happened to me since either, but like that first time I walked down the beach, it must have, I don't know, it must have looked like fresh meat, because it really doesn't happen much in Da Nang. But I got stopped by like at least 3 different Grab drivers trying to offer me all kinds of things. Won't say what those things are, but you'll probably guess. And like now, a year later, I live on the main bar street where you would think more of stuff like that would happen. And you don't really see it, or at least I don't get stopped. I must have looked really lost. Like I needed a companion for the night or something. Keep saying we're going to cut right, but it's too nice, isn't it? We will on the next big interchange here. I feel like I saw Social Samuel before. He is the king of the Vietnamese YouTubers. Hopefully you won't be mad at me for joining him. Great guy though, the best. Always got time for people. Even idiots like me, that the first time I saw him, it was like I'd seen the biggest star in the world. Like I'd walked into a coffee shop and there sat The Rock. But no, it was Social Sammy from Da Nang YouTube. I'll wipe the lens. Like I say, it is a humid place, so apologies for that. For a while there was like this TikTok inspired massive queue for like a banh mi place on this next corner, and like you go any time of day and there'd just be hundreds of people queuing for what I imagine was a decent banh mi, but probably not hugely different than the many other sandwiches you can get pretty much everywhere here in Da Nang, but that's going to happen. And then one day it just disappeared, so I feel like maybe they made them millions in those few months. And then we're like, fuck this, we're retiring. Not dealing with these TikTok people anymore. God bless them. No clue what that music is. Right, let's try and cross. It's a lot easier here. He says, almost getting run over. Another bum bao lady. That's definitely not her voice. Right, so stage 1, staying alive in Da Nang. Cross this little weird motorbike rat race, rat run, I think that's what you call it. See, these guys are braver than me. I've got a camera in my hand now, I'm scared. Right, we're going now. Always got to check both ways, like your mum taught you when you were a kid, but it's especially true here because people will just bomb through the other side. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go. Speaking of which, Oh, there we go. Yep. See? It's fun. And what's going on there? We'll let the police go past. I think it's the police. I don't really see them around here. Back and across. There's a gap. You gotta fucking go. Lady selling all this. 43 Town over there is like a hodgepodge of different restaurants. Seems to be a big tourist spot for taking photos outside. Don't know why. As I mentioned, we're going past another of the many seafood restaurants in Da Nang, if I can get past. What's the best way to stay alive and get through here? This way, I guess. They're not mad. They're just saying hello. Which is true. Another fun intersection coming up. I'm going to try and cross. Again, Da Nang, more a place for pedestrians than the other places I've been in Vietnam. But not by much. Got a couple of great hats from this shop. Fancy yourself a cheap football kit? Want to be a poser? There you go. If John Paul is watching. How much? What's the prices? See, sometimes they hide the prices and don't tell you. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, those ones are 50k, which is like £1.50. I'm sure the Arsenal top is more expensive than that. 50k for a football. Another Highland coffee. If I ever do graduate to making YouTube videos, one of my YouTube videos is going to be best public toilets in Da Nang. Highlands coffee is a good one. You go, it's private, it's upstairs, nobody's bothered that you're not buying anything. Perfect. That's what you want. I'm going to take my sunglasses off because it's too dark now. An attempt to cross. I'll wait. I'm a coward, I usually wait till other people go and then follow them. Right there and go now. Yep, like that. That will happen. Speaking of cultural moments, got the newest McDonald's in Da Nang up there. Not saying I've been, but it has got a nice roof terrace. This is more the built-up side as we head into An Thong, which is like, I mean, really, there's like 30 of them, but really there's five main tourist streets, at least in that part of Da Nang. I think it's like An Thong 1 to 3, and then the streets in the middle of them, which aren't called An Thong for some reason. Very nice but touristy restaurant there. We go rougher than that, usually. Didn't die. It's a win. Great smoothie place. Pretty sure it's like a little bit more expensive. 30k, 90p for a smoothie. Still alright, you know. Again, on the edge of the beach and tourist town. That's gonna happen. Usually the best two smoothie spots I go to, there's one on what we call out here Food Street. So there's a massive street I'll go down at some point with lots of local restaurants and coffee shops and that type of thing. Couple of places on there you can get a very nice smoothie, any fruit mixed. They usually want to add milk and sugar to it, but usually tell them not to. And it'll cost you about 50 pence English. What's that, like 80 cents? I hope nobody's here for my rough conversions because I feel like I've been off the entire time, but you know, close enough. In the ballpark. Try and cut through here to La Quang Dao Street, which again is one of the other main tourist streets here in Da Nang. But again, even saying that, lots of local spots up and down it. No thank you. No thank you. Lots of that. No thank you. Do I want massage? I am too sweaty for massage. Feels like it'd be worse for them than it would be for me. All above board though. I heard somewhere, I don't know how true it is, but like Thailand obviously known for the world's best like massage parlours, that type of place, no jokes, like with all, in all sincerity. And it wasn't really a thing here in Vietnam, but since kind of the tourism boom it's become a thing, so it's a little bit different. Like whereas in Thailand it's a thing that's been around for decades. Well, my phone hasn't melted and my battery hasn't gone, so good test so far. Couple of good coffee spots on this corner. Where the Vietnamese uncles chill. It's okay. Met him before? No, thank you. That's one. Hello. No, thank you. That's two. It's gonna be mad if I get home and I watch this stream back and it turns out none of you will be able to actually hear what I'm saying because I haven't got my mic plugged in yet. So really it's just been the ramblings of a madman walking around Da Nang. Might go into full market and get a drink. I don't know, I'll go to one further up. It'll be a kerfuffle. Get my shit out my phone. That was one of the first places I ate when I got to Da Nang. Bun Bo Hue. Like a beef noodle soup. Not pho or pho. But very, very good. I also enjoyed seeing this place the first time I got to Da Nang. Bit of wrestling culture for you. Well, Mexican culture. Wonder if they had AAA on the other day. I've never seen that on the wall. That's cool. Yeah, it does get very dark. No one's paying for streetlights, come on. Bojan Indian restaurant over there is a place I've been. Very good. Again, beeping the national love language. Eh? If you're after a more, let's say, Western style coffee, can't go wrong with a Z Coffee Roastery. A very nice place. Not too expensive, really. Dead down, usually very busy. As my man beeps his way past. Hey, no, 60k for a good beard trim. It's about £1.70, £1.80, I think. So a little more than $2. One of those YouTube versus reality things here. This photo place, 24-hour phone. Every time I saw that on somebody's stream, I was like, that's where I'm going to be eating. Going to be done with the podcast at 3 in the morning. I'm going to be going to the 24-hour photo place. Only to find out it closes at midnight. That's a shame. And I've still actually never been. I've never been before midnight either. But I dreamed of eating in that place. Oh well, it got me here. There's a great barmy stand over the road from here called Sunny Bread. If you know, you know. 25k for a barbecue chicken baguette, all your veg, spicy sauce. We usually have to ask for the spicy sauce because some tourists can't handle it, so they just assume that you don't want it. I'll let this guy go. But yeah, it's like 25k. It's the best. About 70p. Go there probably every other day. Need to figure out what I'm having for tea tonight. Maybe the Thai place, don't know. Mia Food and Drink over there is okay. It's a good introductory place to Vietnam. If you're fresh off the plane or something, they do a mix of like Western food, local stuff. Mostly Western food to be fair, but at a cheap price, so sort you out. And I think the coffee place is full, so I might go to a different one. Yeah, my favourite little seat is taken. Devastated. We'll go around the corner. Might be the sweatiest I've ever been the entire time I've been here. I don't know if that's live streaming doing it to me or it's a particularly hot day. Should we go here? Yeah, we'll go here. Right. Pretend we're not streaming.
Hello.